Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück bei Let's Play Mini Stanley Parabal mit dem Lukas.
Ja, und
alias Evil Laugh Entertainment.
und dem Leo alias Let's 16.
Genau, wir haben uns dazu entschieden, nach jedem Durchgang, nach jeder Story,
nach jeder Parabel,
genau, wechseln wir den Controller.
Mhm.
Wechseln wir die Person, die am Controller sitzt. Am Controller ist egal. Ihr wisst, was ich meine.
Nee, erklär's mir.
Will er nix sagen?
Nee, der
Haben wir ihn
ist
jetzt
gerade sein
kaputt
Pausenbrot.
Ich glaube, wir haben ihn kaputt gemacht.
Kann auch sein, ja.
Ah, so bückt man sich. Okay.
Ja.
Springen.
Nee.
Springen!
A und X sind, glaube ich, beide benutzen.
Hörst du?
Du sollst nicht auf die Fingernägel kauen.
Ich drück nur A. Ich tippe in die Maschine. Hä? Ich sitze an der Schreibmaschine. Ja, Schreibmaschine. Cash von Pink Floyd? Nein? Müssen wir uns ja noch anhören. Ziemlich
When
geil.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nö.
Wir haben jetzt einen freien Willen.
Ja,
This was
Mann.
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Ja, wir gehen jetzt in den Pausenraum, um ihn zu bewundern.
Genau.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Na, wenn er das sagt.
Mhm.
Drinking, soll ich jetzt vielleicht trinken? Nein? Okay.
Yes, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Ich finde, wir sollten noch ein bisschen weitermachen.
Nein, aber guck mal, der Raum ist so super.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Was?
Nein, glaube ich nicht.
Ich weiß, das ist jetzt ziemlich langweilig, aber ich glaube, länger ist, so bin ich noch nie geblieben. Deswegen will ich rausfinden, ob da noch was kommt.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Nee, komm, schau noch mal, ob beim Getränkeautomaten irgendwas geht.
1,25 $ für ein kaltes Getränk. Das ist doch ein bisschen teuer, oder?
Ja, kommt drauf an, wie groß die Dose ist. Ich meine, wenn sie so groß ist, wie sie da zu sehen ist, dann passt es
Natürlich.
einfach. Wie spät ist eigentlich?
Jetzt haben wir
Ich meine, da, die Uhr hier.
11:25 Uhr.
Ja,
Okay, das
komm,
Spiel. Okay,
das
jetzt
ist
macht's weg. Komm, Kaffee kann man noch trinken, oder?
Coffee Nut.
Kaffeenat.
Kaffeenuss.
Oh, hier gibt's so viele Tassen.
Die
Ei.
sind,
Naja, egal, wir gehen weiter.
Kollegen sind einfach so
But at
gegangen.
last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Nein.
Wir sind jetzt trotzig.
Nö.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Ja, wir haben uns gut
Was?
gehalten.
Mir gefällt es irgendwie nicht, dass es so ruckelt. Warte, ich will mal kurz gucken. Okay, es ruckelt genauso mit der Maus.
Maus, ja.
Weiß nicht, woran es liegt. Egal. Warte
Do
mal.
not jump.
Ja.
Cross hair.
Nicht springen, nicht von dem Cargolift springen, während er in Bewegung ist.
Strafgebühr
Ja.
für den Missbrauch des Ladungsaufzuges.
Cargolifts. Cargolift versteht man auch im Deutschen mittlerweile, glaube ich.
Okay, gut.
$1.000.
Strafzahlung für das Runterspringen vom Cargolift $5.000.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Okay.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing
Nope.
but you all this time. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Oh. Ich dachte, da unten geht's vielleicht weiter. Oder auch nicht, weil ich schon wüsste, was passiert, aber... Ja.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Wow.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Das ist neu.
Perhaps he had simply missed a
Guck mal
memo.
auf die Bildschirme, bitte.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
What the fuck? Das ist neu.
Interessant.
Das ist neu. Das
Was steht auf der Taste?
Was?
I like work. I just hate my
Boss. Ich mag die Arbeit. Ich mag nur meinen Boss nicht. Ja, doch. Ein paar sind auch... Ich versuche sie mal auszuschalten.
Ja.
Awaiting Input. Ich habe die anderen nie gefunden. Hey.
Ah.
Hä?
Das beschäftigt mich jetzt. Wo sind die anderen?
Ich glaube, das hat viele schon beschäftigt. Versuch mal die Tastaturen zu drücken von den PCs, die aus sind. Okay, das sind nicht sehr viele.
Nee, geht nicht. Schauen wir mal
Vielleicht
weiter.
steht ja jetzt da Awaiting Input 2. Nein, das ist immer noch nur das eine. Nee.
Nö.
Ah, meine Gott. Input received.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Oh, schade.
Naja, schon irgendwie.
Was wird es sein, Lukas? Links oder rechts?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ich will dem Typen mal einen Gefallen tun.
Oh. Ich dachte, du machst jetzt verarscht. Nee, nein.
Schade.
Nö. Nein, die Tür. Nein. Nein. Nein, Lukas. Einfach. Nein. Nein.
Nicht? Ah, schade.
Wow.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Tipps nicht
Stanley decided to go
gefeuert
up
zu
to
werden.
his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Was hat der Lukas jetzt im Sinn? Wie lange willst du jetzt hier drin bleiben?
Das war so gut, touching every little thing.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Doch, da ist ein Besen.
Und was für ein
In der
schöner
Besenkammer.
Besen.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Sollen wir rausgehen oder?
Ich glaube, wir sollten...
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Schön hier.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Tja, schade.
So.
Ah,
Maybe
drin
to you
bleiben.
this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Wie cool. Hör mal wieder zu.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really rich. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
Hey.
Drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Nicht beleidigend werden, das ist nur eine Besenkammer.
Was hat
Well,
dieser
I've
Besen
come to a
gedacht?
very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Warte noch ein bisschen.
Ja. Ich finde es so cool. So, die Pappe hier unten?
Na, die macht, dass das Regal nicht schief ist.
Ah, oh, ganz wichtiger Job.
Ja.
Und das Kabel?
Dasselbe, auf der anderen Seite. Du kannst übrigens rausgehen.
Ich wollte auch gerade sagen, ich glaube, da passiert jetzt nichts mehr.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Hat er das
Coming
mit
to a staircase,
Waffen eigentlich
Stanley
gesagt?
walked upstairs to his boss's
ne?
office.
Ich dachte, er hätte irgendwann auch was mit Affen gesagt. Aber gut. Also in Wirklichkeit, also beim letzten Mal, wo ich es gemacht habe. Er geht runter. Oh mein Gott. Oh mein Gott, Lukas. Du bist so badass. So badass.
Ich leg mich jetzt hier hin und schlafe.
Natürlich.
Fall. Eine Feuerhose.
Das heißt zwar
But
schlau,
Stanley
aber...
just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Oh my God!
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply
Oh my
repeated?
God!
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself. Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
Uh-oh.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
Ich bin normal.
Ja.
I am okay.
Gut so.
So schaut doch nicht meine Decke aus.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
What? Was hast du getan?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
What?
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Was hast du
And although she
getan?
would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane.
Normal?
I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Toll, du hast uns getötet. Bravo.
Neugierde ist also... Na, ganz
Bravo.
toll.
Das ist jetzt ungünstig.
So schaut also der Himmel aus?
Ja, genau. So ungünstig. Das ist der falsche... Nein, das ist der falsche Gang. Die Wahrscheinlichkeit ist, glaube ich, unter 10%, dass man in diesem Gang startet. Ah, da wollte ich nicht hin.
Unter 10%?
Dammit. Ja, ja. Gibt eine bestimmte Wahrscheinlichkeit, dass
Stanley
man
came
nicht...
to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
Dass man nicht direkt in diesem Raum da startet. Ah, goddammit. Jetzt muss ich überlegen, was ein kurzes Ende ist. Kurzes Ende, kurzes Ende, kurzes Ende. Kurzes Ende. Nee, das ist nicht gut. Ja, ich weiß, was ein kurzes Ende ist.
Ich auch.
Ja, die Folge war natürlich sehr kurz, aber vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Wir sehen uns in der nächsten Folge wieder. Bis dahin viel Spaß und viel Vergnügen. Und der Lukas sagt...
Ganz kurz.